Hello friends, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Manish Shrestha, working as Assistant Professor at Haryana School of Business, GJ University of Science and Technology, Hisar. Today, we are going to discuss about the topic Methods of Performance Appraisal. Before starting the discussion, let's have a look at the contents of the discussion. The discussion will start with the introduction of the topic, followed by discussion regarding various performance appraisal methods, and ends with a summary. By the end of this module, students will be able to understand the types of performance appraisal methods and get familiar with pros and cons of each method of performance appraisal. Performance appraisal is a periodic process and it is dependent upon several other inputs such as committed workforce, willingness of employees, availability of standards, etc. The basic purpose of performance appraisal is to check whether the efforts of employees are in the right direction or not. Performance appraisal is about ascertaining the value of a person's work performance by assessing an employee's strengths and developmental needs using different measurements and evaluation methods. Performance appraisal provides a basis to take various manpower related decisions such as recruitment, promotion, succession planning, etc. It enables identification of training requirement of an individual and creates an environment of fairness and justice in the organization. Performance appraisal provides a basis to take administrative and developmental decisions. Before going for appraisal process, it is important to identify what has to be measured and who will measure it. Performance appraisal process involves identifying purpose, determining standards, training managers and employees, selecting a suitable method, distributing relevant documents, self-assessment by an employee, observations of rater, and finally, review discussion. A manager should ensure that the whole process of performance appraisal should be free from any kind of hindrance and bias. In the absence of an appropriate appraisal system, the judgment would be made arbitrarily. Appraisals made without a strong logic could result into a chaotic situation in the organization. Although various aspects has to be considered for making a performance appraisal system work, the choice of suitable method is one of the most critical out of all. There could be an easy error done by a manager through choosing unsuitable method, hence compromising the whole process. Although all the methods are aiming to appraise the performance, but each suffers from certain drawbacks. So, it is required on the part of a manager to choose the most suitable method, keeping in mind the context of the appraisal. A wrong choice of method would provide biased results that would eventually result into faulty human resource decisions. A faulty appraisal could result into frustration of employees and creation of environment of injustice and insecurity. The further discussion would be about various methods of conducting performance appraisal and their suitability to a particular appraisal situation. There are various methods of performance appraisal. In a performance appraisal situation, every manager encounters two major questions, that is, what to measure and how to measure. What to measure highlights the list of dimensions and competencies that has to be checked at the time of appraisal. On the other hand, how to measure requires a choice of appropriate method to measure the identified performance indicators in an employee. A performance appraisal method checks all the activities during assessment. Appraisal method could be based on several approaches such as judgment. It could be based on the perception of employee's behavior, self-assessment, traits of the employee, results produced by the employee. The human resource philosophy is instrumental in influencing the choice of method. An appraisal method must be chosen to bring outcome in accordance with overall objectives of the organization. Different methods of performance appraisal are used in different organizations. There is no perfect method, so the organization has to make a choice to select a method that serves its purpose in a best way. Few methods are relatively complicated than others. Generally, managers choose simple method as they are easy to understand and no formal training is required on the part of manager and employee. But by doing so, they might compromise on the quality of outcome. There are various terms used to classify methods of performance appraisal such as past and present oriented methods or traditional and modern methods. Irrespective of terminology, it is important to get aware with all the methods to make a judicious choice. Let's discuss various methods for performance appraisal along with their pros and cons. Checklist method. The performance is appraised on the basis of response to dichotomous questions like yes or no. The appraiser uses a list of assessment questions that mentions a checklist of pre-scaled descriptions of performance behaviors. The value of each scale is unknown to the rater. The evaluator is required to check as many as descriptors as possible that describe the performance of the employee. Once the rater submits the report, all the scale values are averaged out to get the final result. As the rater is not aware about the values assigned to scale, there are less chances of biasness and error in assessing the performance of an employee. The value of each scale is unknown to the rater. The evaluator is required to check as many descriptors as possible that describe the performance of the employee. Once the rater submits the report, all the scale values are averaged out to get the final result. As the rater is not aware about the values assigned to scale, there are more chances of biasness and error in assessing the performance of an employee. Ranking method. Ranking, as the name suggests, is related to comparison of performances. In a situation when various individuals are performing under several supervisors and doing similar jobs, option of self-assessment or a rating does not work. Here, it becomes important to compare the performances of all such employees. It is a judgment-based approach. Pooled judgment is considered as better option than the judgment of single observer. One of the following ranking methods could be used out of these. The first one is simple ranking method. In this method, employee's performance is assessed in comparison to the performance of all who are involved in doing similar jobs. The performance is judged on the basis of a pre-decided criteria like presence of a particular trait resulting into a particular level of performance. Employees' extreme performances are identified and next employee is assessed on the basis of these extreme performances. Whether their performance could be considered at the top, at the marginal level or at the bottom level in comparison to the already appraised employees. Second ranking method is alternate ranking method. In this method, the manager prepares a list of all the employees due for appraisal. Then he identifies the most valuable employee out of the list and put the name at the top of chart. Similarly, least valuable employee is identified and his name is placed at the bottom of the chart. Then the ranking procedure starts. The ranker then selects the next most valuable employee and put his name below the name of the top most valuable employee. The process continues till the list gets exhausted. The third method is the paired comparison method. In this method of evaluating performance, the manager chooses 2 employees at a time to evaluate. Performances of 2 employees are compared at a time and a judgment is made about who is more competent. Then next 2 employees are compared and the list of employees are compared with each other. The end result is the list of employees ranging from highest competence to lowest competence. The ranking methods are simple to understand and require no special skill, but it is of relevance for small organizations only. As the number of employees increases, the number of comparisons increase manifold and consumes a lot of time. Essay method. This is an open-ended qualitative evaluation of employees' performance. It is subjective method to evaluate an employee. The evaluator writes down his impression about the performance of the employee on important job factors. The impressions are about the strength and weaknesses of employee on various pre-decided criteria. The important job factors might include job knowledge and displayed skills, behavior with co-workers, general attitude towards job and people, awareness about purpose of job. As this method is descriptive in nature, it carries few advantages and disadvantages. Description allows you to closely know the employee on the basis of performances and behaviors. Also, it provides vital inputs for designing performance improvement plan for future development. On the other hand, noting down everything about the performance of an employee on a regular basis is time consuming. As it is descriptive in nature, it is likely to be influenced by the personal bias of the evaluator. Also, to be effectively utilized this method, a manager must possess good writing skills, otherwise it amounts to misinterpretation. Field review method. In this method, an appraiser, generally from human resource department, carries certain questions. These questions are asked from the line managers or supervisors who are in direct contact with the employees whose performance needs to be reviewed. So, it is basically interviewing supervisors to know about the performance of their subordinates. The information is collected regarding all the important aspects of job and employee behavior. The results are noted down in a book. An overall rating is also drawn on the basis of interaction with supervisors and explore about how the performance of each employee could be improved. The process is repeated for all comparable sections of the organization. It is followed by a joint meeting of other raters to identify the points of agreement and disagreement. Major advantages of this method include getting feedback about the employee from multiple sources, carried by neutral persons, and discussion based. Few drawbacks of field review method are that it requires an environment of utmost trust, requires highly trained and competent personnel from human resource department, and free flow of information. Graphic rating scale method. This method is not as descriptive as essay method, but highly cost effective and efficient. It is considered as one of the simplest and most commonly used method. Under a graphic rating scale method, list of performance factors is created and each employee is assessed on these factors through a measurement scale. These rating scales are just like 5 or 10 point scales, wherein assigning a rating of 1 to employee performance means poor and rating of 5 signifies outstanding. The meaning assigned to scaled values may differ as per the context of performance factor used for evaluation. Rating scales could also be used to measure behavioral performance factors like cooperation, dependability, integrity. This method of appraisal is easy to understand, less costly and less time consuming. The major drawback is reliability of ratings, rating validity and chances of manipulation. A lot of subjectivity is also involved in this method as a rating has different understanding for different people. Forced choice distribution method. To implement this method, a human resource department personnel or an external expert designed two groups of statements. The appraiser has to choose out of the available options that describes the employee in best way as well as least way. The best describing and least describing statement are assigned with suitable weight which is not known to the evaluator. The employees that score high on such evaluation are considered as better employees as compared to the low scoring employees. As the rater is unaware about the weights assigned to a particular statement, any kind of manipulation or bias could be avoided. A rater only describes the employee while a third person evaluates through applying scales on the descriptions. This method is less subjective and reduces the probability of biasness. Just like above methods, it is also easy to understand. On the negative side, the appraiser resists against hiding the weight assigned to a particular statement. As external experts are required, that makes the method costly in comparison to others. To formulate correctly describing behaviors is a time consuming and daunting task. It demands special skill on the part of people involved in formulating it. Work standard approach. In this method, management set measured daily work standard. The organization openly sets the targets against realistic performance standards. It clearly tells the employees about their job related duties and level of expected performance. The performance appraisals are made on the basis of performance of the mentioned duties. Such a practice makes this appraisal method more objective and reliable. Due to difference in standards of work of different jobs, it is difficult to compare the relative performance of employees. To remove the drawback of work standard method of appraisal, a suitable ranking method need to be incorporated. Annual confidential report. It is one of the most popular traditional methods for performance appraisal. It is more used for appraising performance of an employee in administrative jobs. In this method, the onus of doing correct appraisal is totally dependent on whims of the immediate boss. At the end of each appraisal period, generally annually, the supervisor provides his observation in objective and descriptive form about the performance of the employee under consideration. As the comments of the report are not shown to the employee, it is considered as confidential report. The strongest drawback of this method is that it is open to all kind of manipulation by the appraiser. It is negatively used as a tool to control the behavior of employees. Critical incident method. In the method of critical incident, it identifies all the situations when the employee has performed extremely well or extremely poor. It is also identified that how important are these performances on the priority criteria of expected performance. Such critical incidents are then kept under a record and discussed with the employee at the time of appraisal. The time for discussion is predetermined. This method provides a basis on which a manager can explain the assignment of good or poor rating. This method also helps in identifying the deficient areas of performance where improvement could be suggested. As this method does not use any numerical rating, it is difficult to compare the performance of different employees. Behaviorally anchored rating scales. This method is also known as BARS or BARS. BARS is an appraisal method that strives to combine the advantages of narrative critical incidents and quantified ratings by anchoring a quantified scale with specific narrative examples of good and poor performance. The steps involved in development of behaviorally anchored rating scales are identifying and recording critical incidents highlighting effective and ineffective performances group the identified related incidents into smaller set and assign a common name to it, provide this to another set of people to reallocate critical incidents, scale the incidents generally on a 7 or 9 point scale, and finally use 6 to 7 of these key dimensions to develop the final scale. BARS offers various advantages such as more accuracy, consideration of clearer standards, basis for explanations for the feedback, and less chances of biasness as each dimension is independent of the other. Another method is management by objective. Another term used for management by objective is MBO. This method calls for the involvement of employee whose performance is appraised. Under management by objective philosophy, the manager sets the specific measurable goals with each employee and then review the performances at pre-decided time period. So, in simple words, this method is about jointly setting the goals and providing periodic feedback. Generally, process of MBO involves steps such as setting the organizational goal, set the departmental goals, discuss them, define expected results, review actual performances with the expected performances, and provide a feedback. The MBO method is adopted due to certain advantages. It connects organizational and individual performances. As it is a joint effort, both the parties understand each other's point of view that eventually reduces number of grievances. It is a clearly performance based and not trait based approach method. This method also suffers from few drawbacks. It is very difficult to establish a consensus between a manager and an employee on a common goal. It totally ignores traits of the employee that might influence the performance. Overall, it is a time consuming, lengthy and complicated method to appraise the performance. Assessment center method. This method is forward oriented and ignores the past performance of the employee. It mainly focuses on the future performance or potential of an employee. Under Assessment Center, a group of trained evaluators apply a combination of individual and group exercises. A group of potential candidates are invited to spend few days at Assessment Center and handle similar assignments that they might handle if they get promoted. A group of experts then judge the performances. The employee rated best by the pool evaluation is considered for assigning future positions. Various tools like psychometric tests, in-basket exercises, business games, simulations, role plays and presentations are used to evaluate the performance potential of employees. Assessment Center is a comprehensive and highly successful method to assess the performance. Cost of implementation and requirement of middle and senior management people are few negatives against this method. 360-degree appraisal. The 360-degree appraisal method collects information from all the sources that are connected with the employee. A popular way of conducting a performance appraisal would be through all the stakeholders that are connected to the assessee in any manner. For example, a manager can be assessed through immediate boss, peers, subordinates, clients, intermediaries and suppliers. Such an appraisal provides a comprehensive review of the performance and packed with least chances of biasness. This method is an excellent employee development tool that provides comprehensive picture of employees' performance. The credibility of such appraisal is very high as it reduces any kind of biasness. Keeping confidentiality of the feedback by various components is a critical challenge of using this method. To summarize, different methods of performance appraisals are used in different organizations. There is no perfect method, so the organization has to make a choice to select a method that serves its purpose in a best way. Few methods are relatively complicated. Generally, managers choose simple method as they are easy to understand and no formal training is required on the part of manager and employee. But by doing so, they might compromise on the quality of outcome. There are various terms used to classify methods of performance appraisal such as past and present oriented methods or traditional and modern methods. Irrespective of terminology, it is important to get aware with all the methods to make a judicious choice. Few of the latest performance appraisal methods include BARS, MBO, critical incident method and 360-degree appraisal. Happy learning!